welcome back. Today I'm doing a personal Q&A. So after reaching 100,000 subs, I asked you guys to ask me some questions, and I received a lot of language learning questions, but also a lot about me as a person and my faith and YouTube in general. So I'll be answering those today. The language learning questions are coming in another video, so please stay tuned. I have a few questions on my laptop that I will be reading through. But before we get started, I know a lot of you guys comment on my videos, on my Instagram posts, and you ask me where I get my earrings, because I like to wear really big and bold earrings, especially because I have short hair. I want to have something interesting for people to look at because there's no hair here. So today I'm really excited to tell you guys about these earrings that I got. They are from Ana Luisa. So what I really like about this brand is that they are completely sustainable. So that means they use recycled gold. And it's not all cheap quality, it comes from the same jewelers as Louis Vuitton, for example. I picked these earrings because the one is a bit longer than the other, so it's got an irregular shape. And I like the impurities of it. It's not like a pure round or oval shape. It's got kind of some jagged edges, which I really like. And it just gives an interesting look. That one is a bit longer than the other one. And then I also got another pair of these beautiful long earrings with different plates and shapes. And the jewelry came in this beautiful box that I can keep and store for later, and it also came with a cleaning cloth so you can keep your jewelry beautiful and shiny. Today I've styled these earrings with a white button shirt and a gold necklace. This is not from Ana Luisa, this was my mom, so it's vintage from her college years. You can combine the jewelry with other pieces you already have if they're the same hue, so gold, gold, gold. And then just, you know, plain white shirt and some high-waisted jeans for the office. Ana Luisa also has a complimentary 1-year warranty on every product, so you don't need to worry about it getting damaged or broken because you are set for a year. And because I love you guys so much, there is a gift for you in the description box. You can get $10 off your first order from Ana Luisa. So check the description box and use the code Lindie10 at checkout. Okay, the first question is from someone on Instagram, and they say, if 100,000 seemed far-fetched at first, what new dreams seem slightly more attainable? Wow! Yeah, 100,000 did seem very far. I feel like when you have 100,000, you can call yourself a YouTuber, and I always looked up to people who had 100,000. I'm like, wow, they are YouTubers. And I never thought I'd get there. Like, I just thought I'd make videos for fun. So really, thank you guys. My next goal or dream would be to provide more educational materials for you guys. There's a lot of people who ask for resources for Korean and Afrikaans. So currently I have some resource lists on my website. If you haven't checked it out, go to lindiebuitis.com and you'll see there's a resources tab where you can get a whole bunch of free resources in a few languages. But I know a few of you do want to learn my home language, Afrikaans. If you haven't checked out, I have a channel called Afrikaans with Lindie. It's not very updated, sorry about that, but I am working on materials for Afrikaans, so please give me time for that. But yeah, I think that would be my next dream, to start creating more educational content, maybe courses for languages. Yeah. Okay, next question is, why did you decide to become a YouTuber? I just remember watching Tim Donner's polyglot videos way back in the day, like 2012 maybe. And I was like, wow, this guy is so cool, and like he's sharing with the world his languages, and I thought I wanted to sort of join this community of language learners. So I just made a really bad polyglot video. I think it's still up there. Don't go look at it, please. My accent is terrible in all the languages. Honestly, the growth wasn't really fast. It was more for me just to keep track of my languages and to meet other language learners, which I've done along the way. I've met some really great people, and yeah, I guess my goal still stays to create language learning content. The next question is really interesting. It is, what should all people consider in their life decisions? I'm going to mention two things. The one is it good for the people around you? And number two, does it make you happy? We should always consider if our actions are good for the people around us, not necessarily beneficial directly to them, but whatever you do will have an impact on people. And I don't think we should be bringing extra negativity into this world. So if you're going to be doing any life decision and it impacts somebody negatively or it's going to hurt them, it's probably not a good idea. But if it's just a big decision that you're making for yourself, consider asking yourself, will it make you happy? Because I feel like in our really busy society, we're always taking on way too much that we can not actually handle. So start asking yourself, is this really a priority in my life? Can I take on this extra task? If it's something like learning a new language, same thing. Think of why you want to learn the language, what resources you have, who you can speak to in the language, and what is the goal that can keep you motivated when the times come when you feel like, oh man, this language is terrible, I just want to drop it. So every situation is difficult. It's hard to answer for any decision in general, but just remember it has to make you happy, and it also has to not be detrimental to the people and the environment around you. Next question, how many children do you want to have and what language would you teach them? How I feel right now, I'm turning 25 this year. I feel like I would be okay with not having children, but I do often think about how nice it would be to have a family and teach my children languages one day. So if my husband one day and I decide we don't want kids, cool. If we decide we do, maybe one or two. And I would teach them definitely Afrikaans, because that is my home language and the preservation of Afrikaans is very, very important to me. And then whatever language my husband speaks, whatever language the country we're living in, and then a few global languages, English, French, maybe Mandarin, maybe Korean, Japanese, because I love those, so we'll see. Next question, thoughts on dating across languages, language balance and miscommunication. Ooh yeah, miscommunication is a big thing, especially because within dating you do get miscommunication regardless of the language. So really establishing the importance of communication, whether you can communicate that properly in a language or not, you should still try and make time to explain your issues to each other. If you have an issue, start talking about it immediately. The Bible says don't let the sun go down on your problems, and that's something I like to apply to my daily life. So that means before the day's over, if you have an issue with someone, talk it out. Don't let it become, what is the word in English? Okay, I don't know what word I'm looking for, but don't let the problem become bigger by postponing the problem. Start talking about it immediately. Language balance, that's an interesting one. So I once dated a Korean guy for a year, and we sort of, I think we mostly spoke a Korean because his English wasn't excellent, but he did want to practice English at times, so we would just sort of switch it back and forth. So maybe you can set a few days in the week for a certain language, or just see what comes naturally. Generally, it's a whole like code switching amalgamation of languages, and that's fun too, because the point of language is communication, and if you feel like communication works for you by speaking a mix of languages, then go for it. Someone asked, have you ever considered being a full-time language teacher? I would like to work for myself, so not at a school or an institution. So I've considered taking my tutoring of languages and my YouTube and my language website. If that becomes financially stable, I would like to take that full-time. So I'd like to go into languages full-time and content creation full-time, but not necessarily running a class or teaching at a school. And my passion for design still stands. I really love design, so if design stays my full-time job and languages at the side, that's cool. Otherwise, it would be really great to do something to do with languages and content creation full-time and design on the side. Next question, what would you have become if you had not studied languages? Trick question! I did not study languages and I'm a designer, so I would still have become a designer. Actually, okay, all jokes aside, I really wanted to be a fashion designer. But then I realized I'm not very good with using my hands and making clothes. And taking fashion design courses, you have to know how to sew, and I was not lust to learn. Lust is an Afrikaans word for like feeling up to it. I was not feeling up to learning. I wasn't keen to learn how to sew. I just wanted to draw. And then yeah, I studied information design, and it was the best course for me, and I'm super, super happy about that. Next question. How has the Lindie of today changed from the Lindie of your first YouTube video? And congrats. If you go and look at my old videos, please don't, you'll see my voice is very monotone and deep. Like, I'm like, hey guys, so today I'm gonna talk about languages, and I didn't have a voice that projects well on camera. Not that this is a fake voice or anything, but I feel like I could have come across a lot more warm and friendly. But I was just sort of talking to a camera, so my old videos are very boring. But me as a person, I feel like I try now to have my videos have something helpful to you guys, because I have been given this platform to do with it something helpful to you guys, and it's not good for anyone for me to make videos just about myself, like look at me, look how cool I am, look at my life. I really want to be able to help you guys, educate you, share with my life with you, and start conversations. So I think my original sort of just, I want to put myself out there, has changed to, okay, I am out there now, how can I help people with this platform? Next question comes from Twitter. She asked, what is one thing you've been seeking the Lord on lately? And when you visit other countries, how to find ways to fellowship? Yes, so something I'm seeking the Lord on lately is, especially now in this period of having just moved to a new country, is what does the Lord want me to do here? I'm seeking Him on how can I shine His light every day? How can I inspire people around me and bring people to the Lord? Then how to find ways to fellowship when you go to a new country? Interesting question. So I googled as many churches as I could, and I have been visiting them each weekend. And I've been finding a lot of friends online. So some people have contacted me through my YouTube and my Instagram saying they're also Christians and I'm welcome to go to their church. Someone actually contacted me through Reddit and they took me to their church. And a friend from, you know, their friend's friend told me about a cell group. It's kind of just like meeting people, and then it grows like a tree branch from there. Next question. Hello Lindie, what does inspire you to live a minimalist life, and how do you start living minimalist? I watched a lot of videos on YouTube about minimalism so that I could get all of this input and then form my own ideas. Minimalism is not a rule book. It's nothing like you are only allowed to own 5 t-shirts and they're only supposed to be black and gray, and you can only have 10 books. No, no. Minimalism is about valuing and appreciating that which you do have. For me, clothes was very difficult when I moved to Singapore, but because books are more important, it was a little easier to get rid of my clothes to make space for more books, which still need to arrive. I'm waiting for my packages. It's been months. What inspires me to live a minimalist life is just the cleanliness and not being bound to material objects, because we came into this world with nothing and we're leaving this world with nothing. You can't go to heaven with your possessions, so what's that gonna help, right? So, I mean, I just want to know and show to myself that I don't need physical objects to be happy. I need people around me, I need events, I need inspiration, I need art, I need music to be happy. I don't need physical objects. And of course the practicality of moving different countries and traveling a lot, it's always easier to just have less. Somebody else says, have you ever thought that you sound like Sana from Twice when you speak in Korean? Surprisingly, I've gotten that comment a lot. I do not know where it comes from. I don't hear it. My voice probably sounds different to me than it sounds to the camera, than it sounds to other people. So if you think I sound like Sana, then that's great. I don't hear it, but a lot of people have said that. Right, that is it for now. My headache is getting a little bad, so I should go drink some water and have an early night. But thank you guys so much for watching. Just a reminder to check out the link in the description if you want to get $10 off your first purchase at Ana Luisa. These beautiful earrings that I got from there, so check that out. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!